take it higher, that's a God. Never stopping, that's a must. Always winning, never lost. GPS, another loss. GPS, another loss. Who do it better than me? Yeah. Vision on 2020. Yeah. VVS, Clippity. Yeah. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they door, they taking notice. Taking notice. Taking notice. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they door, they taking notice.
From Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When it come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spin. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top on the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mid dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spin. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win.
Okay, Coach, you know, the folks in the Dog Pound, they live for games like this. Snowy conditions here at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jackson on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
It's second and 8 at the Browns' 19-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Leonard Fournette. And he'll get this down only to the 18. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Justin Tucker for the extra point. Boy, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tackle made by Tyus Bowser.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Ball going deep here for Taylor. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Taywan Taylor, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Got it. 50, Mike, 50. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. And he will find his man on the outside. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter, as that's a first down.
Go. Go.
Now Jackson on first down. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Well, we'll see if they can do it here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And it's 3rd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. Fights through and now a crease. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? On 2nd and 12, Jackson. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. From the gun, it's Jackson. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with his 16th touchdown of the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Tucker with the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Mayfield off the play fake. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. Completes it to Dixon. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 34-yard line.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the tuck roll, didn't you?
Yeah,
I think that's one people remember. But I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game. In New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82. and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. The quick slant caught. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's...
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point up and through. And the lead now stands at 13. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone, as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A 7-yard pickup.
Throwing on 2nd and 3, Jackson. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going, because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Now Mayfield lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. 30. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Oh, here we go. Oh. Hey, alert 33.
To throw, Mayfield. And that's incomplete. Antonio Callaway, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He finds Beckham complete. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. Mayfield now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Run. Mike, 55. Check 55, Mike.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mayfield now. Oh, going deep here for Taylor. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Going right side here, and that's complete.
Here we go.
10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
It's a game of 10. And the Raven first down.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Jackson, looking deep, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 18, and a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
That's taken in by Callaway. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. A first down throw for Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Mayfield with it once more. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Here they come, 2nd and 10 now from the 10. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to air one out. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. He may try and run for this. And they'll get to him short of the 1st down at about the 16. Give him a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it still brings up 4th. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Watch twist. Watch twist.
Here's Mayfield. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And now here's another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And again, it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Kyle Van Noy in on the stop. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. On third down, here's Dixon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. No problem there on the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Fournette, a first down carry. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Tony Brown there on the tackle. Again, it's Fournette. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll try and run for it with Hill. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script. From fourth down to first. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. From the 22, Jackson. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Jackson from the shotgun. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will get him one closer. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. Hey, alert, 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 alert. I got you.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A run for Nick Chubb. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Now on first, Dixon again. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of 2 there, second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again. That is going to be a safety. So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points, that means this is now a 2-score game.
Yeah, and that's tough to deal with, isn't it? This little time left. Those 2 points doesn't seem like a lot, but it means everything now. Those are going to be the ones we're going to look back on. Those 2 points right there, the play of the game.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They run it again with Chubb. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
180. 6-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
Switch, switch.
Kings, Kings, Kings. Right there in the middle, 55.
So we got man.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Give me that ball. Hey, exit. Up, left. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Pistol.
Mike 55, Mike 55. All day, just like that.
From the gun, Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. Now Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Kings. Let's go.
And the blitz does come. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh? Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't he?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Let's go. Let's do this.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, he takes the outlaw. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Now Jackson. He's going to let it fly. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Greedy Williams picks it off. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Jackson. Going to throw right side here, complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be a 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
He's crazy. He's checking crap.
Here's Jackson. Steps away. And he can't hang on. He had a good shot there for his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Jackson now. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Greedy Williams picks it off, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Ravens' 44-yard.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
48 for Mike. Hey, orbit. Kill. No. Off.
Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Mayfield to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for and taken just inside the 10-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Ravens will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, check back there. Line 34. Here we go, G. Here I come. Here I come.
Jackson to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. Past the 20. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end. And, you know, some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time. And they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for Cleveland, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they suffered just their 2nd loss as they drop to 8-2 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.